Well, thanks for visiting us here early on your Saturday morning. I'm NBC6 meteorologist Josh Marces. We do have an update for you as far as the severe weather threat here on Saturday morning. Many of you waking up maybe to an alert on your phone that you are under a severe thunderstorm watch here. We've got a few storms moving across Texas. This will be just prior to sunrise that will be capable of producing some large hail, hence the severe thunderstorm watch that's in effect until 10 a.m. If you're along or north of I-30, again, the air has dried out so much, we're probably not going to see a severe weather threat here in the northern Arkansas today, but as these storms move into Louisiana around sunrise this morning, we'll likely see them tap into some better shear, so these storms will start spinning, and it's possible we could see either a traditional thunderstorm watch or what I would think would more likely be a tornado watch issued for our Louisiana parishes a little later this morning, but the storms will be out of here before lunchtime today, so we will have some dry time this afternoon. So as far as what we're watching here, we've been keeping an eye on a few storms moving through the Texas Hill Country this morning. So far, we really haven't seen too many reports of large hail with those, but we do have one cell that's about to move into deep East Texas, which is showing at least some quarter-sized hail on radar here. Also a storm here between Marshall and Carthage that will probably scoot across the north end of Shreveport and Bossier. May have some small hail with that one, but hail is the main reason that we're in the watch this morning. Now, as we continue through the day here, this is the setup for us after 7 a.m. this morning, so you can see the risk categories marginal to high. There's actually a high risk of severe weather over in Mississippi and Alabama today, but those storms will get going probably around sunrise here close to the Shreveport area, and as those storms move to the east, they'll tap into some better fuel. So if you're in the yellow area here, that's most likely where we would see a few tornadoes develop later this morning. And let me show you again the risk categories as far as tornadoes. 2% chance of seeing a tornado within 25 miles of your location here in the Shreveport area, and that risk kind of goes up the further east that you get until we eventually see that elevated risk of tornadoes across the eastern portions of Louisiana. So if you have some travel plans today, these storms will be over towards Baton Rouge and New Orleans probably around lunchtime, and then over into that elevated risk area here in Jackson and Birmingham between maybe 3 and 9 p.m. tonight. So let's go ahead and show you what's going on here. Here is a look at the dew point temperature. So again, the air is really dried out. We have what's called a dry line that's moving through this morning and helping to trigger those storms. So if your dew point's down in the 40s, really not conducive to seeing severe weather, but where the dew point is over 60 degrees, far more likely to see severe weather in those areas. Again, that moisture kind of fuels those thunderstorms. Anytime the dew point's over 60, you can feel that moisture or humidity in the atmosphere. And a look at the temperatures, which are still around 70 degrees or so. So we have the warm air, we have the humid air, and we're just awaiting, again, some of that wind shear and the stronger winds aloft to reach us. And you can see the swirl. This is the water vapor satellite. There's a really powerful upper level low here up in Iowa and Minnesota, and kind of the trailing front back here into the Arkansas. We have a surface low or a second area of low pressure that's developing over the Arkansas today, which is going to trigger that severe weather threat. So let me give you a look at our Robbins Toyota Futurecast. This is actually our in-house model here, which is performing, I think, the best of all the models, but it does show these storms over to Shreveport. I think it's running about an hour slow, so in Shreveport, I would expect these storms will probably be there around 6 a.m., if not a little bit earlier, but it does show the general trend of those storms kind of ramping up by the mid to late morning here in Sabine and Natchitoches parishes, and that will be our main window today to see maybe a few tornadoes briefly spin up. But once we get to lunchtime, we can close the door on any severe weather here in the Arkansas. Really breezy west winds settling in behind this front, so we will have some elevated fire danger once again today. I know there were some fires over in Texas and Oklahoma yesterday. You'll have to be on the lookout for that. If you do not receive any rain today, you will have some elevated fire danger as the winds will likely gust up to about 25 miles per hour and some very dry air coming in. You'll definitely feel that as the humidity goes away behind the storms. And then by about 3 p.m., you can see that line of severe weather kind of taking shape to the east of us, and those storms will likely continue well into the night there over in Alabama. And you'll notice just a little bit of redevelopment of the rain this afternoon. Not likely to be severe, but sometimes you get these wraparound showers, and that's likely what we'll see this afternoon. It will stay just kind of mild today. We'll likely be in the 60s and 70s for most of the day here, so should be able to get outside this afternoon and take care of anything in the yard, or just have some fun outside if that's what you're wanting to do on the weekend here. And then your temperatures will fall off tonight. We'll likely be in the 40s in most areas tonight, with highs comfortably in the 60s and low 70s. Will be sunny throughout the day on Sunday.